Salakia for the interruption because my sister had called. And so, yeah, back to the lesson about, the continuing fall of Babylon the Great, especially on the economic scale, like I mentioned previously for on my lessons in regards to, I was doing previous videos about, the Wall Street keep on slipping and falling with the NASDAQ and the S&P 500 keep on slipping and falling due to the reactions of the economy, due to the reactions of the hyperinflation, due to the reactions of the Federal Reserve. Is they going to continue to increase interest rates? Because, like I mentioned before in my previous videos, I was doing these videos in regards to this, because with the Wall Street, they put money into the economy as well too, and a lot of times it affects the economy, especially with the production of the gas, the production of living, the production of interest rates and taxes, and many other different things as well too, So, it shows another signs of modern day Babylon is definitely falling on an economic scale as I bring out the scriptures of part 1 of this video. Now I'm continuing on part 2 of this sit down lesson video in regards to the stocks and bonds consistently falling, with the housing market still not so good, not performing so well, everything consistently going up, the cost of living, the food prices, and many other different things in that category and relates to this. So I kind of expect to see continuing fall of the Dow Jones and S&P 500, the industrial. You're going to continue to see it fall more and more than ever. And this is a news article from the Wall Street Journal, and it's from WallStreetJournal.com. It's in the category of markets and U.S. markets. And it says the highlight of this news article, and it reads, the stocks wobble, oil falls on growth concerns. And it says the demand worries send benchmark Brent crude price down about 8%. And it says, and this was published by Joe Wallace and Gunwan Barara, if I pronounce their names right. Updated at July the 12th, 2022 at 2:44 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Tuesday. And reading what the article, and it says fears about a session on the horizon. Right, it's kind of previously as I was doing the videos, it was consistently they was raising more concern of a potential recession, because our biggest last recession we had was in 2008, and it seemed like we might get into that point of entering potentially a recession. And a lot of experts from a financial standpoint was saying, they might not get into a recession. It might get there, but it's not going to have chances to rebound with the economy. The oil prices consistently might drop, because it dropped for the past 2 weeks so far, and other things that they're saying according to the experts, But continuing on with the reading, it says fears about a recession on the horizon weighs on oil and bond yields, while stocks move between small gain and losses, continuing a volatile stretch for global markets. Right, because it affects the global markets as well too, around the countries, not just only companies and businesses that funds these stocks and bonds and stuff like that, but around the world globally as well too, especially with the oil production and many other things, electronics, etc. You name it, it says the S&P 500 was recently down 0.3% a day after the benchmark stocks gaws skidded 1.2%. The Dow Jones Industrial Average added less than 0.1%. And I believe it had fell negative 244, I believe, something like that. And the technology-focused NASDAQ composite was down 0.3%. And the oil, so yeah, that goes to show you the continued slip of the NASDAQ, the S&P 500, and the Dow Jones. They all, in all those three categories, in the negatives, red zone area, keep on slipping because due to the fact of the inflation reports and the oil production reports as well too, and many other reports as well too. So that shows you the continued slipping of the economy, the continued slipping of the price of living in the housing market, and many other different things as well too. And like I mentioned previously on my video, I did a lesson on this yesterday in regards to this. Even though you might have more jobs created, the laborers consistently going up as well too, along with the unemployment rate going down. I believe it was 3.7 or 3.8%, I believe. But it still shows you other signs in different categories and relates to the economy. It's constantly, continually slipping, with the cost of living, the high interest rates, everything of prices going up too high, cost of living, the cost of foods, the cost of goods, etc., and everything else, This trend is going to continue, is going to further on continue, because this is showing more and more signs on an everyday basis that modern day Babylon is falling on an economic scale, So with that, I hope this lesson was edifying for part 1 and part 2 of this video. Sorry for the interruption of part 1 of the video, because I had a conversation with my sister because she had called. So I continuing on with part 2 of this video. So part 1 and part 2 was just done just now. So with that, once again, like I mentioned before, I hope this quick sit-down lesson was edifying through the spirit, power, grace, and mercy of Yahweh Ba'Shem El-Shai, Ba'Shem Karkadash. Double honors to the elders, apostles, great millstone, preaching the word truthfully and sincerely. And shalom to the Akim, scattered through the four corners of the globe, preaching the word truthfully and sincerely. And shalom to the Akim, that be like unto the speckled bird, preaching the word truthfully and sincerely. And until next time, I will say shalom and a ball.